It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this year's Celebrate Pro Bono. I'm Susan Francis, Executive Director of the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service. This year, when we realized that we could not hold Celebrate Pro Bono in person, we knew one thing, which is that we still needed to have an opportunity to celebrate you, our volunteers. Last year, I stood before you at the American Visionary Arts Museum, where we got to celebrate our volunteers in person. Who could have imagined what would lie ahead for us in the few coming months? There is no doubt this is a difficult period for our country. Our MVLS clients are suffering, and with the economic devastation disproportionately impacting low-wage workers, the need for our services will continue to be significant. At the same time, funding sources have been cut for legal services programs, including MVLS. With all of these daunting challenges, one fact remains the same. MVLS staff and volunteers are steadfast in our commitment to help Marylanders. In the last fiscal year, we collectively helped nearly 4,500 clients with their legal issues, whether that be family, housing, consumer, estate, expungement, or tax work. Our volunteers stood with us in very challenging times where we had to figure out how we did remote pro bono. Even in those first very chaotic months, you, our volunteers, continued to take cases and help our clients. And the reality is, attorneys matter. Having someone to help navigate complex legal issues can make a dramatic difference in the life of one of our clients. Take, for example, Lydia, who is 72 years old and lives in Baltimore County. In 2017, she had a devastating flood in her home and had to have the use of a contractor to repair the flood damage. That contractor assured her that her work would be covered under her insurance. However, Lydia found out later that that contractor knew all along that her insurance claim had been denied. She was faced with a bill of $40,000, a bill that she simply could not pay. She contacted the Maryland Insurance Administration and the Home Improvement Commission, and finally, she contacted MVLS when she was sued for $60,000. $40,000 of the original work and $20,000 in interest. That was an amount that was simply unpayable for Lydia. She got a volunteer attorney through MVLS, and with their help, she was able to negotiate a settlement for $6,000, 90% reduction in what she was being sued for. And after 3 long years of this ordeal, she finally had the peace of mind that this issue had been resolved. Without an attorney, this simply would not have been navigable for her. Attorneys matter in these cases. You matter. Every case that you take from MVLS makes a difference in the life of our clients. What you do through our program helps create a fairer justice system where individuals have the opportunity to have their voice in their own legal issues. Thank you for what you have done with MVLS, and tonight we celebrate what you, our volunteers, have done with us for the last 39 years as we all seek to provide justice for all. Thank you. Over 600 volunteers helped an MVLS client this year. And tonight, we are celebrating all of our volunteers. But we want to play a special focus on a few volunteers that made an exceptional commitment to pro bono this year. First, 22 volunteers accepted 10 or more cases just in our last year. Let that sink in. 10 cases just in 1 year. We are so thankful for those volunteers. And there's so many of them, I can't name all of them tonight. However, we have listed them on our website on the Celebrate Pro Bono page. Please take a moment to go view these volunteers that we're so pleased to recognize. Secondly, we have 4 volunteers that have taken a case every year for 10 years. Again, let that sink in. Every year for 10 years, these volunteers have committed to pro bono through MVLS. I'm so happy to recognize them tonight. They are Franzella Haywood Starkey, Irv Walker, Joseph Gathuku, and Sean Carter. Thank you so much. And if there could be any possible other award to give that's even more impressive than our 10-year volunteers, that would be our 20-year volunteers. And we have 2 of those tonight who have committed to pro bono, taking a case every year for 20 years. Our deepest thanks to Randy Ways and Jason Morton. On behalf of the MVLS board, staff, and clients, thank you so much to our award winners and every volunteer that took a case and helped a client this past year. And now I am so excited to pass the torch on to my colleagues who will be recognizing the other award winners this evening.
My name is Amy Hennon, and I'm the Director of Advocacy and Financial Stabilization at the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. I am so thrilled to announce today our Special Project of the Year for 2020, TDAP, or the Telephone Debtor Assistance Project, with special support from the U.S. Bankruptcy Court and from Sean Carter. Last year, we worked with the Bankruptcy Court to find the right platform, and after extensive research, we were able to launch the program in January with the help of Sean Carter, our volunteer attorney, who spent a lot of time testing and helping us and giving us valuable feedback to ensure that we were going to be able to provide services to debtors telephonically and allow more attorneys greater opportunity to provide legal advice to debtors who were confused about the process of filing bankruptcy. Without their foresight, we would not have been able to continue our debtor assistance project after the beginning of the pandemic. But in fact, since that time, we have had more appointments and provided more service to more debtors than we had the previous year, which is incredible. And so we are so grateful to the Bankruptcy Court and to Sean Carter for all of their work, and to all of the other volunteers who served on who served with TDAP. And so now I'm going to kick it over to the Bankruptcy Court with the Clerk of the Court, Mark Neal, and Sean Carter.
Hello, I'm Tom Catliota. I'm the Chief Judge of the United States Bankruptcy Court for the District of Maryland. I can say quite literally that very few bankruptcy courts around the country have this great an appreciation for the work of the MVLS and organizations such as the MVLS as we do here in Maryland. And that's because we have a pro se rate year in and year out of approximately 20%. When applied to our filings of 18,000, 20,000, 22,000, you can appreciate and understand the need we have for providing assistance to unrepresented debtors. We've greatly appreciated our relationship with the MVLS and our partnership in the Debtor Assistance Project. The Debtor Assistance Project has been in operation for over 10 years. It has been invaluable in providing legal assistance to unrepresented debtors to allow them to obtain the debt relief they deserve under the law. This year, we've taken a different approach to the Debtor Assistance Project. Through the efforts of Sean Carter, the MVLS, and a few dedicated employees here at the court, we have converted the DAP to the TDAP, the Telephone Debtor Assistance Project. Sean and the MVLS and the court did so before the pandemic. Could they have been any more prescient? The TDAP has proven to be extremely useful in allowing lawyers to volunteer their services and to provide relief to pro se debtors through the comfort of their office and their home without the need to come to the court, park their cars, pay for parking, and the like. And it's proven to be a wonderful resource. We thank Sean very much for his efforts, and we thank the MVLS for its efforts. We greatly appreciate the work that the MVLS does, and we say that we are honored to accept this award on behalf of the court and from the MVLS. Thank you very much for your work, and we look forward to continued partnership for many, many years to come. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Sapline. I'm a paralegal here at the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. Today I'm here to announce our 2020 MBLS COVID-19 Response Award winner. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had many volunteers go above and beyond to provide legal assistance for MBLS clients in need of civil legal services. Today, we have a new award that I would like to announce to highlight one of those volunteers who has really stepped up to the plate during these difficult times, and that is Ms. Shireen Middleton. I would like to congratulate and extend my thank you for Ms. Shireen Middleton, because during the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, she had accepted 8 bankruptcy cases to provide a fresh start for Baltimore City residents overly burdened with that. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our amazing volunteer, Ms. Shireen Middleton, our 2020 COVID-19 award recipient.
Hello, my name is Shireen Middleton, founder of Middleton Legal. I have dedicated a portion of my practice to pro bono service, and I'm able to achieve that through volunteering with the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. The MVLS makes it very easy for volunteer attorneys to select the type of case they want to help with. They're extremely organized and very efficient, which makes it easy for a volunteer lawyer to just go in and provide legal services. You don't have to worry about anything administrative. Everything is pretty much done for you, and you're able to just help those in need. I decided to become a volunteer attorney because service is very important to me. I've learned that there's more to this world than just the things that are material, that when you give to others and you experience gratitude, it's a much more satisfying feeling than just collecting a check. So I've actually dedicated about 20% of my practice to pro bono legal services. If anyone is considering volunteering for pro bono services, I say go for it. The Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service makes it very easy. They're technically savvy, and their clients are extremely grateful for the services that you provide for them. And when you work with someone who is showing genuine gratitude for what you do for them, it makes you want to do that more. So thank you again to the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service for allowing me the opportunity to serve those in need.
Hi everyone, my name is Janice Shee, and I'm the director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic here at MBLS. Tonight, I get to present the 2020 MBLS Law Firm of the Year Award, and I'm very excited because it's one of my volunteers. So, with this award, MBLS recognizes the law firm that has provided significant services both to the organization and to our clients. And tonight's winner is Frost Law. Frost Law has helped us in many, many ways, from taking pro bono clients. I want to do a special shout out to Rebecca Shepard, who the pro bono coordinator at Frost Law, who volunteers or perhaps voluntells her associates to join us. Frost Law also has several attorneys who work as mentors to our other volunteers. And in addition to that, Frost Law hosts our Annapolis Advanced Tax Training webinars twice a year by hosting a networking event as well as dinner, and providing our instructors with Rebecca Shepard and Caitlin Loeffner. Finally, Frost Law is a consistent and regular financial supporter, and we thank you for that. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over so that you can meet them. Thank you, and congratulations.
We want to thank MVLS and Janice Shee specifically for this award. We are so excited to expand our pro bono program and to work closely with MVLS to offer trainings, mentor volunteer attorneys, and to work directly on cases. As Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, lawyers have a license to practice law, a monopoly on certain services. But for that privilege and status, lawyers have an obligation to provide legal services to those without the wherewithal to pay, to respond to needs outside themselves, and to help repair tears in their communities. We here at Frost Law really believe these words and are looking forward to continuing these opportunities in the future. Thank you so much.
Frost Law is happy to support pro bono efforts. Our partnership with MBLS has been rewarding for all the attorneys in our firm. Not only has it allowed our associate attorneys to sharpen their skills in the legal realm, it has made a significant difference in many clients' lives. We are committed to making the community we live in a better place by increasing access to justice to those who may not be able to afford legal services.
Hi, I'm Asia Mallory, Consumer Staff Attorney at Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. Besides my role as Staff Attorney at MVLS, I'm also the co-chair of KERN. KERN is an amazing network of volunteers, and today we will be honoring someone very special. MVLS volunteers come from all backgrounds. We have professionals that are accountants and enrolled agents that can volunteer and help tremendously in our LITC program, which handles tax controversy cases. This year, it is my pleasure to congratulate Heather POSEY as MVLS's 2020 Young Volunteer of the Year. Heather is an enrolled agent and new volunteer that actively recruits other enrolled agents to join our panel. Even in her short time of volunteering with MVLS, she assisted us greatly during tax season, helping with 4 clients who had complicated tax issues. Heather has uniquely positioned herself to be actively involved in tax controversy cases and even stepped up to assist clients who need to complete their tax returns in order to receive their economic impact payments. Heather is dedicated to the mission, and she mentors others about tax and tax controversy. I'd now like to introduce you to Heather POSEY.
I started volunteering with MVLS because I'm passionate about my craft and I wanted to improve my skills. I love what I do and I want to use my knowledge to help others. Pro bono work is very close to my heart. I feel a responsibility to help our underserved neighbors resolve their tax controversies and get their lives back. If you've never volunteered with MVLS before, I urge you to take the leap. You'll be so glad you did. MVLS volunteers have access to amazing mentors, so you're never alone. You will learn invaluable skills while assisting those within our community that desperately need your expertise. It's an infinitely rewarding experience.
Hi there, my name is John KERN. I'm the Advanced Planning Project Coordinator at Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service, and I'm here to announce our 2020 Partnership Award. So the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Services Partnership Award goes to any organization that has uniquely contributed to the mission of MVLS. And so without further ado, I'd like to announce that our Partnership Award recipient for 2020 is going to be Fight Blight Baltimore. So Fight Blight Be More is a local kind of grassroots-led think tank, organizing space, incubation space, and they're looking at all things blight around the city. So they do research on how blight affects the community, and they connect community members with resources all across the city, and they're doing incredible work all over our neighborhoods. And the reason they've been instrumental in supporting MVLS's mission is that they've allowed us to understand the real life on the ground experiences of Baltimore City residents and connecting the importance of estate planning with long-term blight remediation. And this connection has only been made through the really imaginative, creative analysis of its founder and CEO, who I'd like to now introduce you to, which is Nika Namdi, who's the founder and CEO of Fight Blight Baltimore. Thank you, Nika.
I'm Nika Namdi, creator of Fight Blight Be More, an economic, environmental, and social justice initiative aimed at remediating blight, led by the village and informed by the data. I'm happy to be here with you for Celebrate Pro Bono. Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Services' efforts to provide quality, effective legal counsel in community is invaluable. It's through this work, specifically the efforts of John KERN and Tim Chance, that we've been able to develop the Stop Oppressive Seizures Fund. This fund is protecting legacy homeowners from tax sale foreclosure. The fund is enabling people to pay their tax sale debt, connect with the appropriate tax credits so that they don't end up in tax sale again, but also get access to other resources that will enable them to age in space and eventually pass that asset on to family. This creates generational wealth transfer, and it helps to keep people in their homes and community. We're here to build community. Let's keep building through this collaboration. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Samuel KESSLER. I'm an intake paralegal here at Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. So I do intakes with potential clients and assist them along the application process. And once we've accepted them as clients, Then I connect them with volunteers, and our hardworking volunteers across the state are exemplified by our Volunteer of the Year. Our Volunteer of the Year is presented to the volunteer attorney who has most contributed to our pro bono program, either through individual client representation or by the expansion of delivery of pro bono legal services. I am so excited to present our Volunteer of the Year award this year to Walter Ty. Mr. Ty has volunteered with MVLS for nearly a decade, more than a decade now. And over those years, he has taken dozens and dozens of cases. He takes many of our most difficult cases, family law cases. And as I'm sure many of you know, our family law clients are desperately in need of the assistance that they deserve. Mr. Ty is always there to assist our clients in need of custody representation, divorce, and other legal matters such as these. He brings his empathy and his commitment to our clients and getting them the outcome that they deserve every single day to volunteering for MVLS. And that is why I am so excited today to introduce to you, for his short remarks, our 2020 Volunteer of the Year, Walter Ty.
Hey everybody, Walter Ty. I got this yesterday in the mail, and as you can see, I've been selected as MVLS's 2020 Volunteer of the Year, and I am really honored. It's a beautiful award. It'll sit proudly in my office for everybody to see, and it more than that, what it represents means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Wanted to make sure I thanked everybody who helped or was involved in selecting me as the awardee. And, Susan, Anthony, Makisha, Samuel, everybody I work with there regularly. Thank you so much for selecting me. I wanted to tell you about how I got involved with the program. I learned about volunteering through the Howard County Circuit Court Family Law Clinic every month. I volunteer once or twice a month. And Sandy there informed me of the program after I, was wondering about how to give back more to the community, because the cases or the people coming into the clinic, I could see were, in these super stressful, trying times in their lives, because I do primarily family law. And as you can imagine, the cases coming in of these unrepresented litigants were serious cases that involved the rest of their lives. And I started volunteering and soon learned that some of the cases that I got through the program that I volunteered for are some of the most rewarding cases that I have had the experience of being involved with as a lawyer. So if you are thinking about volunteering, do it. You're not going to be sorry. It's going to be rewarding, I promise you. You can get help if you're a younger attorney from more senior attorneys. So it's a great way to get experience as well. So if you're thinking about volunteering, do it. So anyway, again, thank you so much for the award. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Take care. And again, thanks, guys. Bye.
Good evening. One of the events I look forward to every fall is the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service Celebrate Pro Bono Awards. This year has been a year like no other. Tonight, we cannot be in the same room together, a room that normally is buzzing with energy and enthusiasm that is palpable, a room that normally is filled with lawyers whose commitment to pro bono service is proven and strong. Lawyers who are coming together for an evening that, like no other in Maryland, recognizes that commitment. An evening set aside each year to celebrate pro bono service by Maryland volunteer lawyers. This year, we must celebrate through virtual means with events all week. So tonight, I salute you all virtually. Congratulations to the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service on the 39th anniversary of your existence. Congratulations, Susan, on completing your first year as Executive Director. And what a first year it has been. Since last winter, we have confronted a worldwide pandemic and its attendant economic downturn. Events that have helped to lay bare the inequities festering within our nation. Economic, social, and legal inequities that undermine the promise of our democracy. This year, we must recognize from afar the importance of pro bono legal representation for the many, many who cannot afford counsel. You, the volunteer lawyers of Maryland, will work to meet that need. Every year, you assist 250,000 Maryland residents. During a normal year, only about 1 in every 5 people in Maryland who cannot afford representation has their civil legal needs met in divorce and custody issues, foreclosure, consumer credit actions, bankruptcy, and evictions. This year, that need will be all the greater. We will count on you to help meet that need. But tonight, we will celebrate you, the lawyers who volunteer your legal services to those who need them this year more than ever. Those who have lost their jobs and face homelessness. Those who have always struggled to get by. Those who need representation and advocacy in civil matters that may be life-altering and even life-saving. It is your pro bono service that makes the difference for one person or one family. But there is more to it than that. With logistical support provided by MVLS, you together build the justice that the rule of law can and must provide. Upholding equal justice under law is the promise we swear to when we swear to uphold the Constitution as lawyers. This difficult year has forced the reckoning of how we must examine and rectify the provision of equal justice under law. There is no question that you, as volunteer advocates, are providing the access to justice that is necessary if we are all to have access to justice, as equal justice under law requires. Thank you. Those words are inadequate, but they are a beginning. Let us celebrate you and the work you have done on behalf of the individuals and families and their communities. Tonight, we celebrate 39 years of committed lawyers like you providing access to justice, one person at a time. Thank you to MVLS 10-year volunteers who have taken a case every year for the past 10 years. Irv Walker, Franzella Hayward-Starkey, Joseph Githuku, Sean Carter. Thank you also the MVLS 20-year volunteers who handled a case every year for the past 20 years. Randy Ways, Jason Morton. Congratulations to Shireen E. Middleton, who is receiving the MVLS COVID-19 Response Award for her work handling bankruptcy matters during the COVID-19 crisis. Thank you to the Frost Law Firm for its pro bono work with the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic. Thank you also to Fight Blight Be More for your work to stabilize housing and to build wealth for the poor in Baltimore. Thank you to the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Maryland and Sean Carter for helping MVLS launch the Telephone Debtor Assistance Project. Thank you to Heather POSEY, who is the MVLS Young Volunteer of the Year, for her work to recruit fellow IRS enrolled agents and to provide urgently needed assistance during tax season. And finally, congratulations and thank you to MVLS Volunteer of the Year, Walter D. Ty, who, since 2009, has accepted 87 family law cases. I know I speak for all of my judicial colleagues when I express my deep appreciation for what you have done and what you will continue to do for the people of Maryland who need you most. Thank you all.
Well, Chief Judge Barbera is a tough act to follow. Thank you, Your Honor, for your steadfast commitment to a fair judicial system and to the importance of pro bono. At MVLS, we often refer to ourselves as Team MVLS because our work is daunting and we know that we only can have the kind of impact that we have when we work together every day. But the reality is Team MVLS is not limited to just our staff. It is you, our volunteers, who help us have the impact that we do, helping so many clients every year, and to our donors who provide the support to have the resources for our staff to do the work that we need to undertake. And so we thank you as part of Team MVLS. During these times, it is important that we remain strong and be able to respond to the need of our clients. And we thank you and ask you to continue to be a part of Team MVLS. Please consider taking a case. I know I'm preaching to the choir here at Celebrate Pro Bono, but the need never goes away. Please go visit our Pro Bono portal and see what clients are waiting for help today. And please keep checking back. As the moratoriums are lifted and the courts catch up with their filings, the need is going to be greater than ever, particularly with our housing and consumer work. In addition to taking a case, please consider making a donation. In these past few months, we have all looked for ways to make a difference, to give back, to help others. Please consider financially supporting our work. Your investment has a substantial impact with the work that we do in the communities all across Maryland. Your support helps us provide both direct legal services to thousands of individuals, but also helps us in our efforts to seek a fairer legal system that provides a voice for everyone, especially for our communities of color, which are being hardest hit by the pandemic. You can go online tonight and support us, and I would encourage you to consider joining our monthly sustainer program, Champions for Justice. As the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, do something outside yourself, something to help repair the tears in our community, something to help those less fortunate than yourself. For 39 years, you have joined us as we've attempted to repair those tears in our community. And I ask that you please renew that support going into this next year, that we seek to better the communities in Maryland. Thank you and good night.